St. Louis, Missouri. How are you today? I wanted to hop on. I'm not real sure how this live is going to work, but I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Kitryn Marie, an artist, writer, speaker, life and business coach, reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a published author, and I want to talk a little bit about my book. And I'm trying to find out what all the guidelines are here when you are doing a live, because I don't want to violate anything. I'm a almost 65-year-old woman, and this past July was able to publish my first book, When He Had Her. It's a psych thriller. It is available on Amazon, and if you want to direct message me, I can give you the exact link for the book. I'm also, an artist, a designer. I have my own line of merchandise. I'm trying to figure out angles here. I've done video before and have gone live. I've been interviewed by plenty of magazines, so on and so forth. But coming live on TikTok, I thought it was time that I introduced myself and talked a little bit about my personal style, my personal brand. Usually when I'm sewing, I'm going to move this and hope I don't knock it over. Usually when I am sewing, I like color, I like patterns, and I'm going to show you a couple different things that I've been working on. Last year, I decided I wanted to jump on board and into the quilting scene, and I incorporate that in my designs. I'm going to grab a drink, hold on, put my coffee down then. But I wanted to show you last year what I had worked on. I hope you can still hear me. I have a microphone that I'm working with and trying to learn how that all was set up. That was interesting. I am not a tech person at all. And you will find in any of my lives or anything that I post, I will stutter over words. It's the brain thinking faster than what the mouth can spill out to you. But last year, this was one of my designs. I create totes of a variety of sizes and scarves that go with it. I incorporate quilting. You'll hear my dog in the background. I incorporate quilting with embroidery from my embroidery machine. Find you one of the designs right there. So that's what I started to create last year, and I want to continue with all of that in 2026, designing the ensemble. I had looked into finding a supplier that I could create wallpaper and bedding and kitchenwares. So that has been my process. For anybody that is popping on or say hi. Let me know where you are, what you are doing. What's the weather like where you're at? Here in St. Louis, we had that huge snowstorm. Oh, I don't know, last week, I suppose. And now it's like almost 50 degrees here. It's beautiful. And I should probably be out doing something, but I'm in my little office right now trying to decide what I'm going to work on today. I'm in the process of writing a second book, and Seaside Shore is the second one. It's more of a chick movie book. If the gal's originally from Pennsylvania. Like I said, I will fall all over my words. The gal originally is from Pennsylvania, and she moves to a beach town in North Carolina. And she meets this person, and she's trying to rebuild a resort that her father left after he passed. And what she had built in Pennsylvania, trying to transfer all of her thoughts and designs and her good feels into this resort that's on the beach. That is, the resort in itself is run down. It is a far cry from the psych thriller that I wrote. So this is more about, you think it starts out as a simple little love, relationship, and then it kind of detours into the life that the male character is living in, the things that he does behind the scenes that the girl that he's involved with doesn't know anything about, and she ends up turning state evidence over to the FBI, and it's a real gripper. Once you get past, the fourth chapter, you'll want to know how it ends, and it ends really, 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 really good. I have been told this could make a great movie. So if you know a producer, director, have them message me. But anyway, I wanted to pop on. I see I have a couple people. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Traveling Man. I don't know who else is here. I thought I saw Harry Connick Jr. I don't know if it was him or if it was one of his bots, or, I find that always amazing, people who want to imitate other people. People call me Kit, K-I-T. It says swipe to the right to view more comments. I see Kay Thompson joined. Hello, Kay. How are you? Like I said, I'm trying to figure out how this live all works. Most people know me as Kit, K-I-T. In the art world, the writing world, I go by Kitryn Marie. You can Google my name. I'm the first 4 pages on Google, and I'm pretty proud about that. Took a while, 10 years, to be the first 4 pages on Google. And anybody who has a gift, has a talent, when they're trying to veer out of the life that they've always have known, always have had my hand in food and beverage. Always. Every aspect of food and beverage I have been in for the last 32 years. And, I want to veer out of that. The food and beverage industry has changed greatly. So as I was writing my book, getting it published, it's available on Amazon, When He Had Her, as I am creating my own line of merchandise. I teach group painting classes. I teach how to put a vision board together. It's pretty much a full rounded art business and communication business. Hello, Allie, or is it Ali? I see America First. Hello, how are you? How is everybody today? What's the weather doing? Where are you all from? Tell me what yous do for a living, how you survive. How are you surviving right now? It's that multi-stream income that's going to get any of us to be where we need to be in life. 2014, 2016, I studied life coaching to help with any of my art classes. I don't really have a painting right now available, nothing real close. I've got everything kind of put away. Is that Kenneth Thompson? Hello, how are you? But I teach group painting classes. It's acrylic painting. I come to your location, although I do have a place that I can teach in a large group in a restaurant setting. I do also teach private classes. It just depends on, who you are, what you're looking to learn in the class. It is acrylics. It is a basic. When I'm teaching my vision board class, it's a lot about character awareness. Where have you been? Where do you want to go? Can you see the patterns in your life? When I was studying how to be a life coach, it was important that I understood my own life and my own dynamics and the things that I was choosing. Hello, Omar. How are you today? Still trying to see how this works, how many people are popping on. I'm always curious why people come on lives. I do so much better in video where I can kind of cut and edit and not stumble so much over my words. But I thought I would start to branch out a little bit and do some lives. But back to when I'm teaching, it's the hand-eye mind coordination. It's about taking your creative gift, because probably by the time we're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, we're told we're only supposed to lean towards that logical side. And when you are not creative, the logical side really doesn't work in your life. And I really, really enjoy teaching, all of my art and communication classes. You know, I'm trying to find a place that I can teach how to write a book, because I think it's important. A lot of people have notes and journals and they want to get it, you know, seen. They want to be able to cohesively put all their thoughts into chapters and, you know, get it published. I was very proud this July when the publisher said, hey, it's going live, you know. But again, the book is When He Had Her. It's available on Amazon. I'm just looking to see at all the people that have joined. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's like, how does that work? Does TikTok let you know that, you know, somebody is going live? You can go over to my page, Kitryn Magic Maker, and go ahead and follow along to see all the things that I do. Like I said, you can Google my name, Kitryn Marie, and I'm the first 4 pages on Google. Local artist here in St. Louis, Missouri. You know, have my hand in food and beverage, have a line of merchandise. It is a full rounded business. You know, when I was up and going prior to writing the book and everything, and then of course 2020 hit, and then I maintained all the way through 2021, and then my art business kind of took a dive, and I'm looking to rebuild again. I'm an open book. You can pick my brain. Like I said, I'll be 65 in July. Very much believe in that hand-eye mind coordination. You know, how you can. Hello, Maria. Hello, Robert. How are you? Thank you for joining. But it's important not only what we are seeing on social media and what we are digesting into our brain, but also the things that we are digesting into our bodies, you know, becoming better versions of ourselves, you know, being healthier and happier and trying to achieve all the things in this life, because, you know, we only get one go around and you want to do it the best that you can, and being aware of your own choices and your own patterns. As I am teaching that vision board class, it's a wake-up call. You see the pattern, you see product of environment, you see, you know, circumstances, and how one thing led you down a path that you didn't even want to go down, but because of all the other outside noise that was happening in your life, that was the path that you took. But I would love for any of you to let me know, where are you from? What's the weather doing? What are you working on? Where do you find your frustrations right now? You know, there's a lot in the world. You know, I don't watch TV too much. You know, I'm more of an ASMR kind of girl. I'll click the fireplace on my YouTube channel. Hello, Nettie. I think I'm saying that right. How are you? Music depends on my mood, because I work in that restaurant industry a couple days a week to fill my hand, you know, to help where I can. There's a lot of noise going on, and I like the quiet, especially when I am writing, when I am trying to gather my thoughts, when I'm creating something, even when I'm dealing with my dogs. I do have dogs. I have 4 of them. This whole live is really just an introduction. I want to be able to do this a little bit more, becoming a little bit more comfortable with going live, showing you the studio. That's where we're at right now, in my home art studio. A few years back, I did a little bit of branding for cosmetics and skincare, and I think it's paid off. Like I said, 65 in July. I think I'm doing really well. But what about you? What do you have going on? What are you working on? You know, how did you get through Thanksgiving, and were you with your family? And what do you have planned for Christmas? Do you still believe in the magic of Christmas? I had my dogs, I started to talk about that. I had my dogs all dressed up. I think you can go over to my YouTube channel, and in the shorts over there, you can see all my dogs all dressed up. I live for the holiday. Hello, Deborah Douglas, 87. How are you? Thank you for joining. But I had my dogs all dressed up and took some pictures because they're characters. I've got a little Staffy, Frances Bean. I've got the 2 sisters, Lola and Hank. They are all white pits. and Hank is a girl. I got them at, oh gosh, they were like 4 or 5 weeks. The breeder didn't want them anymore, and I bottle fed them up until they were ready to go on puppy chow. But they are sisters, Lola and Hank, and they love to get dressed up. And then I have my hound dog, Shug, aka you'll hear me call her Nellie quite often. She is an Aussie mix with some hound in her. She is my vocal dog. The other girls aren't so much so vocal, other than when Francis wants to eat. But it's a, full menagerie over here. Hello, Sage. How are you? How are you doing? But anyway, again, I'm Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm an artist, a writer, speaker, life and a business coach. Teach a variety of art classes. I have a blog, Pretty in Pink, Perfect in Paisley. I haven't written on it in a while, but like I said, if you Google my name, all the things, all the magazines I've been interviewed by, all the things that I'm working on, all of my photography. It's how I started. As a photographer, I just get in my car and go because I had a dream, I had a vision. I had a horse. Sadly, she passed away early this summer, and that was devastating. She was 31 years old. She was the perfect princess pony. But now I guess I'll end this thing if I can figure out how to end it. This is just crazy. I knew how to come on live, but I don't know how to exit the live. So I hope I do this correctly. But I would love to hear from you. Jump over to my page, follow, see all the things that I have going on. Full life. Well, hello, Scooby. I see 2 Scoobies. Oh, I see Scooby joined and then Scooby liked the live. Thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. And then I'm reading the little notes from TikTok. Lately, they've been sending me a whole bunch of things, and I'm like, okay, how do I do this? What is it? Well, hello, We'll just call you that because I'm not real sure how to pronounce that, and I don't know if I want to pronounce that. But anyway, I'm going to hop off here, leave a comment, let me know how I did on my very first live. If you're interested in my book, When He Had Her, go on over to Amazon. Of course, direct message me if you're interested in taking one of my art classes, vision board class based in life coaching, or an acrylic painting class for a group. You must have a minimum of 11 in the group. We can talk prices and all those good things. But y'all take care, and I will see you real soon. Now let's see if I can do this right. How am I to get off of this thing? I don't know. We'll try this. But y'all take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.